Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
She's in the kitchen cooking ground turkey sausage and chopping up a purple/red onion. Uh, and so I wanted to do a solo pod. Also, the laundry's going uh, and real life is happening. Hashtag still life. Um, that's her with our giant pink knife. By the way, if Len or Luna or you want to take that knife and do something awful with it, it's bad. Do you ever think about that? Or like just random person could come in, kitchen, quickly ascertain where a very scary knife is?
Sure, because we have one of those knife holders on the counter.
Yeah,
So it's like pick your weapon.
right. And we'll be sleeping away and then like psycho. It's weird.
Thanks for
Scary.
bringing that up, honey.
You're welcome. So yesterday I took Lennox and his friend Lincoln Wynn to a football game. We went to Sacramento State. They played Cal Poly, which is located in San Luis Obispo. They played at Hornet Stadium. It's about 10 minutes from here. It's close. And it was at the suggestion of my stepdad, Grandpa Curtis. He said, you should take Lennox to a local football game because there's no NFL in Sacramento. Nearest is Oakland and obviously the Niners. But Grandpa Curtis said you should take Len to a Sac State football game, and they're doing good. They're 6-3 now, 7-3. Um, so they're performing well. And so I was like, good idea. And I went to tickets. My ticket was $20, but Len and Link, under the age of 13 or 14, it's $8. So total is $40. So I was like, cool, we can go see some football. And yeah, it's not the NFL, but it's professional on some level. It's a step above a high school football game. Um, and it was a good time. So we go over to grab Lincoln Wynn, and he's in his house.
And oop.
So Len and I hop in my whip, and we go pick up Lincoln Wynn. And I text Lincoln. Yes, I have his telephone number. And I text him, Len and I are outside your house, brew. And then he replies with, my shoes won't tie. And I thought, wow, this is quite the way to begin our evening out. It was actually a 2 p.m. game. It was a 2 p.m. game. It was not the evening. 2 p.m. start time. Most Sac State games begin at 5 p.m. That's nuts. 5 p.m. start time. And then what? You're going to be out there when it's dark at 8 p.m.? That's madness. That's crazy. And as my mom said, nothing good happens when it's dark. So 2 p.m. start time was perfect. It's still daylight. It's not too hot, not too cold. I let Len and Link chose to sit in the back seat of my car. I gave them the aux, as it were. I gave them my phone on Spotify and let them listen to what they wanted to listen to. And it's hooked up to my car speaker. And Lincoln Wynn chose Ice Spice. Little graphic, little lewd. And then Lennox chose Ice Cube, was a good day. But the radio edit, it wasn't the explicit version. So I was like, okay, Len, we're out here in PG land. The parking was confusing. Just, I guess if you know where to go, it's fine. But I drove a quarter of a mile past the stadium and I was like, there's no way parking is this far. Um, so poor signage, poor signage. There's no assigned seats. It's all bleachers, dude. So it is like a high school football game. It's a step above a high school football game. There's no back support on these bleachers. I'm an old man. I need back support. And the bleachers are hard metal, so my butt hurt very quickly. Uh, and it's just, I know we all can't be USC versus Notre Dame, but it was like, this is, this is mm, very close to a high school football game, akin to a high school football game, and that's fine. Um, but it was just like, this is really what's happening. and there's no concessions, so there's no stadium structure. There's no concession stand. There's no concession booths. It's just a bunch of food trucks and a bunch of porta potties. So it was very temporary. It was very I don't want to say low rent, but it was like this isn't big time. This isn't NFL. This isn't the University of Michigan. But it was fine, I guess. The national anthem was played. Len kept his hood on. I didn't make him take it down, and I didn't put my hand over my heart, which I used to do during the. Is it the Star Spangled Banner? Is that the same as the national anthem?
Yeah.
Okay, either one. I used to. I used to put my hand on my heart, and I would mumble along. I wouldn't sing. It'd be like when I went to church with my mom, and people would be singing and closing their eyes and waving their hands, and I would just kind of. Holy Jesus, holy Jesus, holy Jesus. Um, It was sort of that. But now I don't put my hand over my heart. Uh, and I didn't make Lennox take down his hoodie. It's just, well, it's a horrible country. And we're droning weddings in Pakistan, and you want to get behind that? It was sunny at first, low 70s, but it quickly went to shade. I bought Lincoln Wynn a $7 lemonade. Really? But it was fine. Heck of young people. Um, and and beer was very expensive. So I told Lennon Lincoln, I'm cutting you off after 3 beers because I'm about to get wavy, and one of you guys got to drive home. Lincoln and I talked about Omegle going out of business. Rest in power to a real one. But I got into it. Like I have no idea who these players are. I barely know the teams. But we were cheering for Sac State. We were sitting on the Sac State side, and they were winning, and they actually won. Uh, and I started saying, "We scored a touchdown. We're ahead. We're gonna win. We." Started talking in the first person. I became who I hate. It was like college sports. F Cal Poly. F San Luis Obispo. F the Central Coast of California. Am I right? The Sac State, and they're the Hornets. That's their mascot. And Cal Poly is Mustangs. Sac State stingers up because bees have stingers, and so that's like their salute. It's the hang loose sign or whatever. Hook 'em horns. Texas has the same finger hand gesture. But for every kickoff, Sac State does this thing where all the cheerleaders and everything they get up and the announcer over the PA they go, "Stingers up for the kickoff! Stingers up for the kickoff!" 5% of the people actually stand up. So maybe it's time to end that nonsense for a stupid kickoff. On the way home, we listened to By My Choice, still DRE, still Dr. Dre. Fun fact, honey, still DRE, written by Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z.
What?
That's right. The one song that epitomizes West Coast gangsta rap was written
Wow.
by a guy from Brooklyn. But I mean, Lenn and Link once again sat in the back seat, but we were cruising, listening to Dr. Dre, and I was like, I feel like I'm in high school again. They would have to advance a couple years, and I'd have to regress 30 years. But it was we were boys cruising the road, listening to some Dr. Drizzy. I took Len and Link to McDonald's in West Sac. Len got his standard 10-piece nugget meal with a chocolate shake. And then Lincoln only requested French fries with honey mustard. And I thought, okay, I've I've been around, honey. I've been around. I've lived a life. I have dipped fries in honey mustard, but once in a while barbecue sauce. But I'm purely 100% of the time ranch or ketchup. The honey mustard is just, it's not there for me. And then when we got there, I said, do you guys want to do drive through or dine in? And they both said drive through. And I said, okay, only because Lincoln's here. What? My wife just flashed me, darling. I said, okay, only drive through because Lincoln here, because otherwise, if Lennox usually if he wants McDonald's, I'm like, you got to go, we got to go, and then we got to sit in the restaurant and order it. And that eliminates 90% of his McDonald's consumption, his McDonald's desire, the fact that he has to leave his house. I'm not his DoorDash driver, uh, but we did the drive through. Oh, and I forgot to order a Diet Coke, and I ordered it when we got to the window. And the guy was like, I'll give you this for free. And I said, thanks, bro. Dropped Lincoln Win off. He said, thank you. Thought that was lovely. I took very few pictures of the boys, and I sent them to the sparkling wifey, just because I didn't want to be cringe and annoying. If it was just me and Len, I would have taken pictures uh, as till the cows come home. With Lincoln Win, I want to be cool, not embarrass Lennox. So I took very few pictures. Lincoln and I also talked about his dad likes the Niners. Oh, a Sacramento person liking the 49ers. How original. And then I asked if his dad lives. He was non-committal on that answer. But in the end, there was no Taylor Swift at the game. So who really cares about the football game? So if you're just tuning in, the wins, Bean and Lincoln. Ben's taken Lennox to Folsom Lake, camping at Folsom Lake, Six Flags in Vallejo, and Lake Tahoe. And I took Lincoln Win to half of a nearly high school football game. Yeah, we left at halftime because I was like, I get it. And my butt hurt and my back hurt. And I'm an old man. But we left at halftime. And then we were hungry. And all the food trucks, Lincoln and Lennox's McDonald's food costs just under $20. So if we would have done the food truck thing, it would have cost 3 times that. So yeah, I think it was a good experience all around. It was definitely worth their $8 ticket. It was not worth my $20 ticket. Len, did you have a fun time?
Yep.
Hooray! Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Sac State Hornets football tickets. We don't have a promo code for them. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have left before halftime. Well, they had scored. They scored. There were 2 minutes left, and I was like, nothing's going to happen. And then Lennox accused me of always leaving early, and I said, yeah, and I get there early. I leave early. We Irish goodbye. We duck out. We dip, as the kids say. And I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Au revoir.
And oop.
Ooh, we got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.